Welcome back at 5:44 as we take a live look at St. Peter's Square, where the funeral mass for Pope Emeritus Benedict XVI just wrapping up there.
Leading the solemn and historic ceremony was Benedict's successor, Pope Francis. And tens of thousands attended the funeral mass, along with over 100 cardinals, 400 bishops, and 4,000 priests.
Yeah, and this was unprecedented. So joining us now right here in studio, we're so happy to have her to share your perspective and your personal experience covering the Vatican for decades. You guys know her, former CBS 3 anchor Pat Shiraki. Pat, so great to have you here.
Yeah, thank you so much for having me here. And you know, as I was watching this unfold, I was finding myself becoming a little emotional about it, because I was actually, on behalf of the station, at St. Peter's Square when John Paul II's funeral was celebrated. And at the altar, celebrating that funeral that day in 2005, was Pope Benedict, Cardinal Ratzinger. And then it was within 2 ballots, Jim and Janelle, that I thought was really interesting in the conclave, that then Cardinal Joseph Ratzinger was named Pope Benedict.
I completely forgot about that until you just mentioned that.
Yeah, but it was very great. So what's happening right now? So what we could imagine happening at this moment is that Pope Emeritus Benedict's coffin was taken from St. Peter's Square. It had an open book of the Gospels on top of the coffin. So they had moved that. Brought it back in. There was one moment, and I'm thinking we may be able to see that, if not in this clip, in another one in just a second, where Pope Francis stood up. There he goes. He stood up from his wheelchair, using his cane, and said one final prayer, one final farewell to the man who became his friend and who lived next door right on the Vatican grounds. So Pope Emeritus Benedict, his remains will be placed in a crypt. Now, this was his decision. He decided that it would be beautiful to be in the same crypt that John Paul II was interred in originally in 2005. But then in 2011, when John Paul II was named Blessed, which is the next step right before canonization in the cause of sainthood, in order to have people have more access to venerate, as they call it, his body. They moved his coffin from underneath the basilica in the crypt to an altar up above in the upper cathedral of St. Peter's.
Wow. And
so anyway, Pope Benedict had decided that he would be interred there, and so that's where he will be. And you know, one of the things that I just think is so beautiful, some of the last words of what they call the commendation. And the commendation, these are words that you would hear at any Catholic funeral, but it's the angels. May the angels take you into paradise. May you be met by the martyrs. May a choir of angels welcome you. And may you have eternal peace. And that was the commendation for this man who led the Catholic Church until the historic moment, February the 11th, 2013, when he resigned.
What do you think? I mean, Pope Francis isn't exactly in the best of health right now, as we can see. Do you think that may be a possibility that he too may resign?
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised, because what Pope Francis has said, Jim, is that Benedict opened the door. He opened the door for that. And I think Pope Francis's point of view, if I can kind of extrapolate from things that he has said in the past, is that he wants to be in full and good health in order to be able to lead multi-millions of Catholics around the world. And he's mentally he's fine,
but
and
physically
really
the body
his body is deteriorating.
Yeah.
He has been haunted by sciatica, which he actually had here in Philadelphia in 2015, and then he has bad knees, and that's why he was in a wheelchair.
Well,
but in the funeral, a simple funeral, less than an hour and a half, which is a lot less time than what John Paul II's funeral was. That was a 3-hour funeral.
Certainly unprecedented. Yeah.
And Pat, we appreciate you being here. You're going to stay with us through the 6 o'clock hour.
You know what? If you ask.
Oh, yes. Yes. Okay. You know more about the popes than the popes do, so we appreciate you being here.